Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at 4.1 number 23. So on 4.1 number 23, we're given a function, 3x squared minus 4x plus 2, and we need to find the critical points for the function on the domain or given interval. We're not given an interval in this case. Use graphing utility to determine whether the critical point corresponds to a local minimum, local maximum, or neither. Alright, so let's talk about what a critical point is again. A critical point is the area of the curve where the derivative is 0, which typically represents a local minimum or local maximum. So the way we do that is we start out with step A here, and we want to look for a critical point. So I'll just kind of define that here. And we'll start doing that by first looking for the derivative. So I'm going to first look for f prime of x. And I'll say f prime of x is equal to, let's see, 2 times 3 is 6x minus 4. The 2 goes to 0. And then to find critical points, I would take this function, I would set it equal to 0, this derivative function, and set it equal to 0. So I'll take 6x minus 4, and I'm going to set it equal to 0. And that means 6x equals 4, and x equals 2/3. So x equals 2/3 is going to represent one of my critical points. And then step B says to basically use a graphing utility to determine what the graph looks like. And I've done this separately, so I'm just going to kind of hand draw it here. Here's my y-axis, here's my x-axis. So again, you could take your original function, which is right here, and you could graph f of x in Desmos or your graphing calculator. And what I determined was it looked kind of like this. Here's 0.5, here's 1.0, here's 1.5. And I don't need a whole lot of detail here, but what I did see from the graphing utility was it looks something like this. And I don't know how accurate my graph is, but there's f of x. And what this really means is that at 2/3, at x equals 2/3 is where that critical point is. So right about there or so. And so we can tell from the graph that definitely says, from the graph we see that x equals 2/3 is a local minimum. Okay, so not too bad on that one.